Hello, I am Captain Derek. We are on Kasiopeja today, which is a 2023 4.8 Bali.
Hi, and I'm Chef Brianna.
Great guys. How did you guys get into chartering down here? What's your background?
I have never chartered a boat until I moved down here in 2016. I was mostly a bartender my entire life, but within 3 days of arriving down here in 2016, I got on a sailboat and realized that that was what I wanted to do. So I started working towards becoming a captain. I was chef and first mate for a couple of years, and then moved up to the captain position. I am originally from Reading, Massachusetts, which is on the North Shore of Massachusetts, of course. And I didn't really get on a boat until I got down here. So
And I'm from Maine. I grew up learning to sail with my dad there off the shore of Maine. I went to business school and I have a corporate background in business and finance and international sales. I left that job about 8 years ago to travel the world. After backpacking and traveling all over the place, I fell in love with the ocean, which led me to a career here in the Caribbean, working on charter boats.
Great. Speaking of chartering, what would you say your favorite charter memory is?
oh wow. I'll try to limit my favorite charter memories. I'll give you four. I love watching the guests' faces when they watch the sun drop down into the ocean. I love seeing the guest reaction when we see a whale, which is very, very difficult to find, but sometimes we do find them. Or I remember being at an anchorage where dolphins came in and the guests were able to play a little bit with the dolphins. And of course, there's nothing better than hearing the guests screaming through their snorkel when they finally see an eagle ray.
Yeah. We do have really amazing wildlife down here, and that
Yes.
is always fun for people to see, especially for the first time.
Absolutely.
My favorite charter memory is when I got to be part of a wedding. We hosted a wedding on the boat. It was amazing. It was very small. It was just the bride, the groom, and the parents of each. But to be able to be a part of that and to make that really special, lifelong occasion for them, that was pretty epic.
Very cool. When you're not chartering in the off season, what would you say your hobbies are?
Well, when I first moved down here, my hobbies were staycation in the off season, without a doubt. I wanted to explore the islands, get to know them, and utilize the time in my apartment on an island that usually didn't have many people on. But the past 3 years, I've spent a lot of time back in New Hampshire where my family lives. I like to be in the woods and up in the mountains. So I'll spend some time with my family there. And then I go on to Utah where my girlfriend lives, and we explore the Southeast. And I have to get a Zion Narrows trip in every year. And then I just try to find different places that I've never been before. So.
Nice. And for me in the off season, I like to do what I do in the on season. I like to snorkel. I like to explore new islands. I like to try new food. I typically go down island to Grenada every year, and I really enjoy that trip. And I do try to make it back to Maine at least once a year to visit my family.
Great. So speaking of traveling, what would you say your favorite vacation was?
Uh, hmm. All right, I'll have to just go for it. I packed up all my stuff, got rid of almost everything I owned, put it in a small backpack, and headed off to India for, I made it almost 3.5 months. That was my first time out of the United States, my first time really backpacking anywhere solo. So I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about an amazing culture, and saw so many things that I wake up sometimes and from dreams that I feel like I'm still in India. So it was an incredible experience.
Very cool.
Nice. My favorite vacation was when I got to spend 3 months in French Polynesia as a crew on a expedition boat. We were sailing through the Tuamotus archipelago, scuba diving, free diving. Got to go all through French Poly, That's where I gained a lot of experience on boats, big seas in the South Pacific, and it was absolutely incredible.
Sounds amazing.
Awesome. So bringing it back to the Virgin Islands, what would you say is your favorite area to bring guests to on charter?
Well, I've spent 8 years down here. I know a lot of secret little spots. I do have a lot of favorites. I would say you should come down and I'll show you. But I'll give you my top two. One on the North Shore, which is kind of near Cruz Bay. I love a place called Scott Beach. It's off Keneal. It has a small little island. We always get a nice little sunset. You're able to go in town and check out Cruz Bay, which is a really quaint little Caribbean town. And then on the South Shore of St. John, I love Salt Pond. It gives you an opportunity to go to hike to Ram's Head. It has probably one of my favorite snorkeling spots, and the beach and the water are really, really pretty. And most of the time, you're alone. So I would say those are my two favorites, but we have a lot to explore. So.
Very good.
I love bringing guests to the North Virgin Gorda Sound. It's the Saba Rock Resort and the Bitter End Yacht Club have been completely redone. And it's a really fun place. There's all kinds of water sports that are different from what we offer on the boat. And it's a really cool vibe up there. So I love going up there for a day.
So do you guys have any special or unique skills that you like to do with guests on charter?
I mean, I like to entertain. I think we both like to entertain. But I would say one of the unique skills that I love history. I love getting to know the geology of a place from Aspen, Colorado, Alaska to the Caribbean. I like exploring and knowing, maybe bringing guests to a secret little hiking spot that not a lot of people go to, where you can get a view of, you're on the boat, which is a gorgeous view, but sometimes being up a little bit above and maybe seeing your house that's floating from a view up on the Water Lemon from the Great Murphy House would be a great little hike. So I really like teaching and showing people things that they probably wouldn't see normally.
And for me, I really enjoy spoiling the kids that we get on charter. I have a lot of fun playing with kids either in the water or off. I love to make mocktails, make some virgin pina coladas or strawberry daiquiris for the kiddos. They love that. And I also enjoy making mocktails for my adult guests, some nice fancy sparkling drinks with or without alcohol. I enjoy that a lot.
Great. So now let's talk about some food. Brianna, what would you say your favorite dish is to make and what makes it special to guests?
My favorite dish would be my ahi tuna poke bowl. I get the tuna here locally from a fisherman. It's fresh caught, Virgin Islands, and I make a really nice tropical slaw that goes on top of that with our local mangoes when they're in season and some fresh herbs that are grown on island. I have a beautiful presentation on that dish, and it's always I always get very positive feedback from my guests.
It's delicious.
Yeah, that's a
It's
fun
delicious.
Very good. So what would you say influences your cooking style?
Well, I grew up in an Italian family, so growing up, I was inundated with a lot of Italian food, a lot of wine, a lot of laughter and love. So that was kind of where I got my start in cooking. Through my travels, I've learned different cooking techniques from all over the world. I spent some time in Thailand where I learned to do some Thai cooking with a spinster there. I also lived with a Costa Rican abuela down in Costa Rica who taught me all kinds of different Latin dishes. So yeah, I think my travel has kind of has taught me quite a bit.
Very cool. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video and get to know about Brianna and I. We really do love it down here. We really look forward to meeting you and exploring the Virgin Islands with us on Kasiopeja.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.